Today I want to talk about a truth that applies to every one of us. Regardless of our circumstances, there is no excuse for not trying. This is not just a motivational slogan, it is a principle that has the power to change our lives and the world around us. Effort is the cornerstone of success, and it all starts with the willingness to take action. Success, no matter how it is defined, is not a spontaneous occurrence or something that falls into one's lap. It is the result of consistent effort, determination, and the courage to take the first step. The idea that effort is the first step to success is powerful, because it reminds us that the potential to achieve greatness lies within us, waiting to be activated by our actions. Taking action, no matter how small, is often the most challenging part of any journey. There is a natural tendency to hesitate, overthink, or doubt our abilities. Questions like, what if I fail, or am I good enough, can paralyze us before we even begin. However, the act of putting in effort allows us to move beyond these internal obstacles. It pushes us to face the unknown, learn from our experiences, and gradually build confidence. Effort is a choice we make every day, and that choice creates momentum. Even if the path to success seems long and daunting, each step taken brings us closer to our goals. Effort also teaches us the value of persistence. Success is rarely instantaneous, it is the culmination of repeated attempts and continuous learning. When we commit to putting in effort, we begin to see that failure is not the opposite of success, but a crucial part of it. Each failed attempt is an opportunity to refine our approach, gain insight, and grow stronger. For instance, consider the story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before achieving global success, her manuscript was rejected by multiple publishers. If she had not persisted and continued to put in effort despite rejection, the world might never have experienced her incredible stories. Her journey is a testament to the transformative power of effort and perseverance. Moreover, effort fuels self-improvement. When we invest effort in learning new skills, pursuing our passions, or tackling challenges, we expand our abilities and build competence. The simple act of trying activates a process of growth that can lead to extraordinary outcomes over time. Imagine someone who dreams of becoming a skilled musician, but has no prior experience. Picking up an instrument for the first time might feel overwhelming, but with regular practice and effort, they begin to improve. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. This principle applies to all areas of life, whether it's advancing in a career, improving relationships, or achieving personal fitness goals. The consistent application of effort makes progress inevitable. Effort also sets us apart in a world where many people shy away from challenges. While talent and intelligence are often admired, they are not enough without the willingness to act. Effort bridges the gap between potential and achievement. There are countless stories of individuals who may not have been the most gifted or privileged but achieved remarkable success through sheer determination and hard work. Their commitment to effort enabled them to surpass even those with greater natural advantages. This demonstrates that effort levels the playing field and gives everyone an opportunity to succeed. Another significant aspect of effort is that it creates opportunities. When we try, we open doors that would otherwise remain closed. Effort allows us to connect with new people, discover hidden talents, and uncover possibilities that were previously invisible. Even if the outcome isn't what we initially hoped for, the process itself brings unexpected rewards. For example, someone applying for their dream job might not get the position, but the act of trying could lead to new connections, feedback, or even a better opportunity down the line. Ultimately, effort is not just about achieving external success, it is about becoming the best version of ourselves. When we commit to trying, we demonstrate resilience, discipline, and a belief in our potential. These qualities define us far more than the end results of our efforts. Success is not just about reaching the destination, it is about the journey and the person we become along the way. By taking that first step and committing to continuous effort, we set the stage for a life of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. Excuses are among the most common barriers to personal growth and success. They are stories we tell ourselves to justify inaction, and while they might feel valid in the moment, they ultimately hold us back. Excuses limit our potential by creating a false narrative of why we cannot achieve something. They turn opportunities into obstacles, erode self-confidence, and prevent us from stepping outside our comfort zones. To unlock our true capabilities, we must confront these excuses and recognize them for what they are: self-imposed limitations that can be overcome. One of the most pervasive aspects of excuses is that they often stem from fear. Fear of failure, rejection, or discomfort can make us rationalize why we shouldn't try something. For example, someone who dreams of starting a business might convince themselves they lack the resources, experience, or time to pursue it. These justifications often feel real, but in truth, they mask a deeper fear of stepping into the unknown or risking failure. By clinging to excuses, we protect ourselves from vulnerability, but we also shut ourselves off from the possibility of growth and success. Excuses also reinforce a fixed mindset. When we allow excuses to dominate our thinking, we limit our belief in our ability to change and improve. Statements like "I'm not good at this" or "I was never meant to do that" create mental barriers that prevent us from even trying. This mindset keeps us stagnant, as it assumes our abilities and circumstances are fixed rather than adaptable. In contrast, embracing a growth mindset where effort and learning are prioritized over innate talent can help us break free from these excuses. It allows us to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Another significant issue with excuses is that they often disguise a lack of accountability. When we blame external factors for our inaction, be it time, resources, or circumstances, we shift responsibility away from ourselves. While it's true that life presents genuine challenges, it's also true that people who succeed often face similar, if not greater, obstacles. The difference lies in how they respond. Instead of succumbing to excuses, they take ownership of their situation and look for ways to move forward. This mindset shift from external blame to internal accountability is transformative. It empowers us to focus on what we can control, no matter how small, rather than being paralyzed by what we cannot. Excuses also rob us of valuable opportunities. Every moment spent justifying why we can't do something is a moment lost in which we could have been trying. Opportunities are fleeting, and while we wait for the perfect time, conditions, or resources, those chances may pass us by. The reality is that there is rarely a perfect time to start. Most successful endeavors begin with imperfect circumstances and evolve through effort and persistence. By letting go of excuses, we create space to seize opportunities, even if we don't feel fully prepared. It's also important to recognize how excuses can diminish our self-esteem over time. When we repeatedly avoid challenges or responsibilities through excuses, we subconsciously reinforce the idea that we are incapable or unworthy of success. This negative self-talk creates a cycle of inaction and self-doubt, making it even harder to take initiative in the future. Conversely, when we choose to confront our excuses and take action, no matter how small, we build confidence. Each step forward, even if it's met with setbacks, strengthens our belief in our abilities and proves to us that we are capable of more than we initially thought. Overcoming excuses requires honesty and self-awareness. It involves taking a hard look at the reasons we give for not pursuing our goals and questioning their validity. Are they genuine obstacles, or are they fears and doubts disguised as logic? Often the barriers we perceive are smaller than they seem once we take the first step. For example, someone who claims they don't have time to exercise might discover that even 10 minutes a day can make a difference. Someone who says they lack resources to pursue a dream might find that creativity and resourcefulness can fill the gap. The key is to focus on what can be done rather than what cannot. Ultimately, excuses limit potential because they keep us stuck in a place of inaction. They prevent us from discovering our strengths, learning from our failures, and achieving what we're truly capable of. Breaking free from excuses is not about dismissing challenges or pretending that obstacles don't exist. It's about recognizing that effort, persistence, and adaptability can overcome most limitations. By choosing to act despite our doubts and fears, we reclaim our power and open the door to possibilities that would otherwise remain out of reach. The only thing standing between us and success is often our willingness to try. Letting go of excuses is the first step toward realizing that potential. Failure is an inevitable part of life, and trying often means facing the possibility of not succeeding. However, failure is not the end of the road, it is a stepping stone toward progress and success. When we approach failure with the right mindset, it becomes a powerful teacher, helping us refine our efforts, deepen our understanding, and strengthen our resilience. The idea that failure is part of progress is essential to personal growth because it shifts our perspective from fearing failure to embracing it as an integral part of the journey. One of the most significant lessons failure teaches us is the value of persistence. Rarely does anyone achieve success on their first attempt. Behind every major accomplishment lies a series of failures that shape the path forward. For example, great innovators like Thomas Edison encountered countless failures before achieving their breakthroughs. Edison's creation of the light bulb required hundreds of experiments, many of which ended in failure. Yet he famously viewed each unsuccessful attempt as a step closer to success, stating, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. This mindset of persistence in the face of failure is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Failure also provides us with critical feedback. When we fail, we gain valuable insights into what doesn't work, allowing us to adjust our approach and improve. This feedback loop is essential for growth because it helps us identify weaknesses, blind spots, or flaws in our strategies. For instance, an entrepreneur launching a business might encounter setbacks due to inadequate marketing, misjudged pricing, or poor customer targeting. These failures, while painful, offer precise information that can be used to make corrections. Over time, these adjustments lead to better decisions and stronger outcomes. Without failure, we would lack the clarity needed to fine-tune our efforts and achieve success. Another way failure contributes to progress is by fostering resilience and mental toughness. Experiencing setbacks forces us to confront challenges head-on, adapt to changing circumstances, and keep moving forward despite difficulties. Resilience is like a muscle. It grows stronger each time we face adversity and push through it. People who have failed multiple times often develop a greater capacity to handle stress, uncertainty, and disappointment, which prepares them for future challenges. The ability to bounce back from failure is a hallmark of successful individuals, as it demonstrates their determination to persevere despite obstacles. Failure also challenges our perceptions of success. When we encounter setbacks, we are often forced to reevaluate our goals and priorities. This process can lead to a deeper understanding of what truly matters to us. For example, someone who fails to get a promotion might realize that their current career path doesn't align with their values or passions. Failure, in this sense, can be a wake-up call that redirects us toward more meaningful pursuits. It teaches us to focus on intrinsic goals, those that bring fulfillment and personal satisfaction, rather than chasing external markers of success. Moreover, failure encourages innovation and creativity. When things don't go as planned, we are compelled to think outside the box and explore alternative solutions. Many groundbreaking inventions and ideas were born out of failed attempts. For example, the invention of the microwave oven was a result of a failed experiment with radar technology. Similarly, post-it notes were discovered when a glue that wasn't strong enough for its intended purpose turned out to be perfect for temporary sticking. These examples highlight how failure can lead to unexpected breakthroughs when approached with curiosity and openness. Embracing failure as part of progress also helps us cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset, a concept popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. When we see failure as an opportunity to grow, rather than a reflection of our limitations, we become more willing to take risks and pursue challenging goals. This shift in perspective allows us to approach setbacks with a sense of curiosity rather than defeat. Instead of asking, "Why did I fail?" we begin to ask, "What can I learn from this?" Finally, failure teaches humility and empathy. It reminds us that we are not infallible and that everyone faces struggles and setbacks. This awareness fosters compassion for ourselves and others, as we recognize that failure is a universal experience. When we share our stories of failure, we inspire others to keep trying and show them that they are not alone in their struggles. This sense of connection can be deeply motivating, as it reinforces the idea that failure is not something to be ashamed of, but something to be embraced as part of the human experience. In conclusion, failure is not the enemy of success, it is a vital component of it. By reframing failure as a necessary step in the process of growth, we can transform it from something we fear into something we value. Each failure brings with it lessons, resilience, and opportunities for innovation, pushing us closer to our goals. Rather than avoiding failure, we should embrace it, understanding that every setback is a stepping stone on the path to progress. Courage is not an innate quality, it is built through action, often in the face of fear and uncertainty. Many people wait for courage to appear before they take the first step. But in reality, courage develops only after we begin. When we choose to act despite our fears, we challenge ourselves to move beyond our comfort zones, proving to ourselves that we are capable of handling more than we initially believed. This process of stepping into the unknown again and again is how we cultivate the strength to face life's challenges. Fear is a natural part of life, and it serves a purpose. It warns us of danger and encourages caution. However, fear can also be paralyzing when it prevents us from pursuing meaningful opportunities or taking necessary risks. It is easy to let fear dictate our actions, but doing so limits our potential. Courage is not the absence of fear, rather, it is the willingness to act in spite of it. Every time we take a step forward while afraid, we weaken fear's hold over us and strengthen our resolve. The act of trying, even when fear looms large, builds confidence over time. When we face a daunting challenge or unfamiliar situation, it is natural to feel intimidated or unsure of ourselves. Yet, as we take action, we begin to gather evidence that we are capable. Each success, no matter how small, reinforces our self-belief. For instance, someone who is afraid of public speaking might initially struggle to speak in front of a group. But with each attempt, they learn to manage their fear, refine their skills, and gradually become more confident. This newfound confidence is not a sudden gift, but the result of repeated acts of courage. Courage also requires us to accept the possibility of failure. Taking action involves risk, and there are no guarantees of success. However, this willingness to embrace uncertainty is what makes courage so transformative. It allows us to take chances on things that matter, whether it's pursuing a dream, starting a new relationship, or standing up for what we believe in. Even when the outcome is uncertain, the act of trying ensures that we are moving forward rather than remaining stuck. Over time, we learn that failure is not as catastrophic as we might imagine. Instead, it becomes a valuable source of growth and learning. Another powerful aspect of courage is its ability to inspire others. When we act bravely, we give permission to those around us to do the same. Courage is contagious. Seeing someone take risks, confront fears, or tackle challenges motivates others to believe that they too are capable of facing their own struggles. This ripple effect can create a culture of bravery, where people support and uplift one another as they pursue their goals. Consider how leaders, activists, or even everyday individuals who step out of their comfort zones often inspire movements and positive change. Their actions remind us that courage is not reserved for the extraordinary. It is something we can all develop. Courage also deepens our understanding of ourselves. Each act of bravery, no matter how small, reveals our inner strength and resilience. It shows us that we are more capable than we often give ourselves credit for. Facing fears and challenges forces us to confront our vulnerabilities and insecurities, helping us to grow emotionally and mentally. This self-discovery builds a foundation of trust in ourselves that we can draw upon in future situations. Taking action despite fear also transforms our relationship with uncertainty. Life is inherently unpredictable, and waiting for perfect circumstances or guaranteed outcomes often leads to inaction. Courage allows us to move forward without all the answers, trusting that we can adapt and find solutions as we go. This ability to navigate uncertainty is crucial in today's fast-paced, ever-changing world. It ensures that we remain proactive and resilient even when the path ahead is unclear. Importantly, courage is not about grand, dramatic gestures. It often manifests in small, everyday acts. Choosing to speak up in a meeting, trying something new, or reaching out for help are all examples of courageous actions. These seemingly minor decisions can have a profound impact on our personal and professional growth. Over time, these small acts accumulate, building a stronger, more courageous version of ourselves. In the end, courage is both a practice and a mindset. It is built one step at a time as we choose action over hesitation and growth over fear. By continuously pushing ourselves to try, even when it feels uncomfortable, we strengthen our ability to handle life's challenges. Courage is not something we are born with. It is something we earn through effort, persistence, and the willingness to act despite uncertainty. And with each courageous choice, we move closer to our fullest potential. Small steps are the foundation of meaningful progress. When faced with large goals or daunting challenges, it is natural to feel overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of what lies ahead. However, the truth is that every significant achievement begins with a single, manageable step. By breaking down big ambitions into smaller, actionable tasks, we make progress not only possible but inevitable. Small steps create momentum, build confidence, and lead to profound transformations over time. One of the most important aspects of taking small steps is that they make action feel achievable. Large goals can seem intimidating, and this often leads to procrastination or inaction. When a task feels too big, our minds can become paralyzed by the fear of failure or the belief that success is unattainable. However, when we focus on a single manageable action, we reduce the pressure and make it easier to get started. For example, someone who wants to write a book might feel overwhelmed by the idea of completing hundreds of pages. But if they commit to writing just one page a day, the task becomes less daunting. Over time, these small efforts add up to something substantial. Small steps also help us build momentum, which is crucial for long-term success. Momentum is the energy that keeps us moving forward, even when challenges arise. Each small victory, no matter how minor it seems, provides a sense of accomplishment and motivates us to keep going. This momentum is especially important during difficult periods when progress feels slow or obstacles seem insurmountable. By focusing on what can be done in the moment, we maintain a sense of control and direction. For instance, someone working toward improving their fitness might start with a short daily walk. As they stick to this routine, their confidence and energy levels increase, making it easier to take on more challenging activities like running or strength training. Another advantage of taking small steps is that they create habits. Habits are the building blocks of long-term success because they allow us to sustain consistent effort without relying on willpower alone. Small, repetitive actions become ingrained in our daily routines, making progress feel natural and automatic. For example, committing to reading just one chapter of a book each day can lead to a lifelong habit of learning and self-improvement. Similarly, setting aside 5 minutes each morning for meditation can lead to profound mental and emotional benefits over time. These small habits compound, leading to exponential growth in the long run. Small steps are also powerful because they encourage experimentation and adaptability. When we focus on incremental progress, we give ourselves the flexibility to adjust our approach based on what works and what doesn't. This iterative process allows us to learn from our experiences and refine our methods without feeling overwhelmed. For instance, an entrepreneur launching a new product might start with a small test market to gather feedback and make improvements before scaling up. This approach reduces risk and increases the likelihood of success. By starting small, we create a safe space to explore possibilities and build confidence in our abilities. Additionally, small steps make large goals less abstract and more tangible. Big dreams often feel distant and unattainable because they lack a clear roadmap. Breaking them into smaller actions creates a sense of structure and clarity, making it easier to see the path forward. For example, someone who dreams of running a marathon might begin by committing to run just 1 mile a day. Each mile completed brings them closer to their ultimate goal, and the progress is visible and measurable. This tangible progress reinforces the belief that success is within reach. Small steps also teach us patience and perseverance. In a world that often values instant gratification, it can be tempting to seek quick results. However, true success requires time and consistent effort. Small steps remind us that growth is a gradual process, and that every effort, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture. For example, someone learning a new language might start by mastering a few basic words and phrases each day. While the progress may feel slow at first, over time, these small efforts lead to fluency. This journey teaches the value of persistence and helps us appreciate the incremental progress we make along the way. Finally, small steps make it easier to overcome setbacks. When we focus on small, manageable actions, failure feels less overwhelming. Instead of seeing setbacks as insurmountable obstacles, we view them as temporary challenges that can be addressed with the next step forward. This mindset allows us to stay resilient and maintain our momentum, even when things don't go as planned. For example, a student preparing for a major exam might struggle with certain topics. By breaking their study plan into small, focused sessions, they can tackle one topic at a time and gradually build their knowledge and confidence. In conclusion, small steps are not insignificant, they are the foundation of all meaningful progress. By breaking down large goals into manageable actions, we make success achievable and sustainable. Small steps build momentum, create habits, encourage adaptability, and teach us patience. They remind us that progress is a journey, not a destination, and that every effort we make brings us closer to our goals. No matter how daunting the challenge or how distant the dream, small steps ensure that we keep moving forward, one step at a time. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, yet it is often taken for granted. The truth is, time waits for no one, and every moment we let slip away is an opportunity lost. The realization that life is finite and that we cannot recover lost time should inspire us to make the most of each day. When we fully grasp this concept, it becomes clear that delaying action or making excuses only serves to waste time that could have been spent pursuing our dreams, building relationships, or growing as individuals. One of the biggest challenges many people face is the tendency to believe there will always be more time in the future to do what they want. We tell ourselves that we will start tomorrow, next week, or next year, assuming that the conditions will somehow be more favorable then. However, this mindset often leads to endless procrastination, where tomorrow turns into weeks, months, or even years of inaction. The reality is that time is passing every day, whether we act or not, and there is no guarantee of a better moment to begin. The perfect conditions we wait for rarely materialize, and in many cases, the only way to create those conditions is to start now. Taking action today has a compounding effect on our future. Each step we take, no matter how small, builds on itself and creates momentum. For instance, if someone wants to save for a significant financial goal, starting early allows their savings to grow through the power of compounding interest. Similarly, someone who begins learning a skill today will be far ahead of where they would be if they waited years to start. Delaying action only sets us further behind, while starting now sets the foundation for long-term progress and success. The earlier we begin, the more time we have to learn, adapt, and achieve our goals. Another important aspect of time's value is its role in shaping our priorities. When we recognize that time is limited, we are more likely to focus on what truly matters to us. Instead of spending hours on trivial activities or distractions, we can choose to dedicate our time to meaningful pursuits. This might mean investing in personal growth, building relationships with loved ones, or working toward a long-held dream. Understanding the scarcity of time encourages us to say no to what doesn't align with our goals and yes to what does. By prioritizing wisely, we can ensure that our days are spent in ways that enrich our lives and bring us closer to fulfillment. Time also plays a crucial role in building consistency and discipline. Many of life's greatest achievements require sustained effort over time. Whether it's developing a talent, improving health, or advancing in a career, the key lies in showing up consistently day after day. Each day is an opportunity to take one more step toward our objectives. And when we use our time wisely, those small daily actions add up to extraordinary results. Conversely, wasting time on unproductive activities erodes this consistency and delays progress, making it harder to reach our goals. The fleeting nature of time also underscores the importance of living in the present. While it's important to plan for the future and reflect on the past, dwelling too much on either can cause us to miss the opportunities available right now. The present moment is the only time we have complete control over, and it is where action happens. Choosing to fully engage with the present allows us to make the most of our time and experience life more fully. For example, someone who spends their days dreaming about a distant goal without taking steps toward it is not truly living in the moment. On the other hand, someone who acts decisively today not only moves closer to their goal, but also experiences the satisfaction of taking control of their time. Moreover, the passage of time often reveals the cost of inaction. As days, months, and years go by, the opportunities we once had may no longer be available. Relationships drift apart, windows of opportunity close, and the circumstances we once relied on may change. The regret of wasted time is one of the most common and painful feelings people experience later in life. To avoid this regret, it is crucial to make the most of the time we have now. By taking action today, we ensure that we are creating a life we can look back on with pride and satisfaction, rather than one filled with missed chances and unfulfilled dreams. Finally, time teaches us the value of urgency and purpose. When we understand that our time is limited, we approach life with a greater sense of intentionality. This urgency doesn't mean rushing through life or acting recklessly. Rather, it means being deliberate about how we spend our time and making choices that align with our values and aspirations. It means recognizing that every day is a gift and treating it as an opportunity to grow, contribute, and move closer to the life we envision for ourselves. In conclusion, time is a non-renewable resource, and its passing is both inevitable and irreversible. Understanding its value can transform the way we approach our lives, encouraging us to act now rather than delaying for an uncertain future. By recognizing the importance of time, prioritizing what matters, and making the most of each moment, we can live a life of purpose and progress. Every second counts, and the choice to use our time wisely is ultimately what determines the quality of our lives and the legacy we leave behind.